Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Leah Church, aka Teacher Leah. I've never done live on YouTube. I have an old channel where I did makeup tutorials, and that was when my kids napped. Now they don't. So, and I have moved on in my life. I am a VIPKID teacher, and I just completed my first week with them. I think I've been with VIPKID for like 12 or 13 or 14 days, something like that. But it took me a little while to get up the confidence to actually open up time slots. So here we are. I had heard a ton. I barely heard about VIPKID. It was clickbait on Facebook, but I was really desperate for a work from home job. And I figured, why not? I'll just click it and I'll see that it's, a total scam. And that's not true. So it is a legitimate company. They put you through a decently rigorous interview and hiring process, and they do require that you have a bachelor's degree. Bachelor's, where am I from? Yeah, not that area. Anyway, yeah, you will just see how full of quirks I am. So I just finished. I taught Monday through Saturday. I took Sunday off. This is Sunday evening, and I've got to get to bed. It is 8:42 p.m. in my time zone, and I have classes at 5, 5:30, and 6, and that is the ones that are booked right now. I still could get 2 more short notice bookings, which is always good, and I am good with that. I've enjoyed it very much. I find that the process of going through the mock classes, I had to do mock 1 and mock 2 because I did not pass the first mock class. Thank heavens they give you a second chance to teach the area that they felt you were stronger in. And I ended up got hired off my second mock, and then they asked me to do this level 1 only program, which if that's going to be for you, if you get that invitation, take it. I have had a lot of trial classes this past week, and the pre-VIP, which is the level 1, it's like a pre-K level. It's the same slideshow and same lesson over and over again. So you get to build your confidence. You get to work on your pacing and your timing with the slides because they want you to finish your class between 25 and 28 minutes. And seriously, if you have back-to-back classes like I did last week, you have to finish within 25 to 28 minutes. Leave your feedback and then get on to the next one so that you're not like late. But I have a hack for that because trust me, one weekend, I don't have it down to an exact science by any stretch of the imagination. But anyway, VIPKID is a legitimate company. It is not multi-level. Yes, you will see some people that will say, like, use my referral code. And I'll say the same thing because all it is if you decide to become a VIPKID teacher because of something you saw from me, I get a little bonus. And then I go on with life. And I keep teaching my students and I keep getting more and I keep putting more time into the program and getting better and better and moving up through levels and getting certified to teach more levels. That's it. It is my own thing. I'm an independent contractor with VIPKID, and it is just me. So yes, I will leave my, whatever you call it, referral code or link below if you so choose to try and go through this process. It is very rewarding, very stressful, I felt, for my personality type. Because from when you enter your information, then, they email you to set up a demo class and an interview. And they want you to have like a background, like if you're wearing an orange shirt, if you look presentable and professional, if you have your props, which trust me, this whole area around me is littered with props, like my daughter's fake cupcakes. That's my reward mechanism. And they go back there because your reward mechanism needs to be visible at all times. All the things that you will learn. Like it is like drinking from a fire hose. It is so much information, but we made it. So once you go through the demo and interview, if they say, here's what your base pay is going to be, please move on to the mock class, they'll tell you that they'll ask you if you're traveling. And if you're not, you have 10 days to complete that process. So that's going through mock 1, potentially mock 2, uploading documentation, profile picture, a welcome video. It just seems really stressful when you have no clue, like, how do I do this? Like everyone has got magnetic whiteboards, which this was like $2 at Walmart. I stole these from my kids. They just don't have letters on the refrigerator anymore. which guess what that means? I have one less mess to clean up throughout the day, and I have a prop. I mean, you'll hear people say, like, you have to have this prop and you need to have this prop. And, like, it really helps. The kids really like it, especially if you're teaching pre-VIP. They need big A. Like, you got to be silly and crazy. And I'm definitely not a kid person. So that's how I know, like, this job was meant to be, like, more on that later. Perhaps later in this video, but I don't want it to go too long, or we'll do a different one. So yeah, I was super stressed out through the interviewing process, and I find that interviewing with a mock class mentor, which is another person, like an American teacher who pretends they role play to be like a 5-year-old Chinese kid. You don't know if they're going to be scribbling on the slides, if they're going to cry, if they're going to be shy, if they're going to be more advanced. Like, that was super stressful. So it freaked me out, and I didn't want to take on any students right away. Plus, I got certified for the level 1 only program, which took, a day or two to do the requirements that they wanted for that. It's not a big, hairy deal. You just do again what you already did. Go through and do a pre-recorded class, and you submit it, and they say, yes, you got it, or nope, we'll carry on with a different course. So anyway, I know me. I am such a chatty Cathy. I wish that I had the software to film and edit, but even if I had the software to edit videos so they were nice and pretty and YouTube-y, you know what I mean, I wouldn't take the time to do that because I am just balls to the wall busy. Okay? I've got a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old. They keep me on my toes. One of them's got a fever today. You just never know. So we are doing live YouTube videos on this channel for the foreseeable future. That being said, I've heard a lot about people not getting bookings. I've been with the company for thus and such amount of time, and I'm just now getting my first booking. Like, I was like totally prepared for that. Like, talking with my husband, we need this income, but God led me to this. I really believe that the Lord led me to this job. Like, I had lost my ASU, Arizona State. Yeah. I had lost my ASU diploma from moving like 4 times, I think, since I've been married. Not even 6 years of marriage, and we've moved like 4 times. And the first place that we just moved, we moved from California to Colorado like 2 months ago, something like that. March, April, 3 months ago. And it was in the first place that I looked. Like, okay, that's how I knew. And I had an orange shirt that I didn't have to go buy. I was set, ready to go for the interview. All my kids' toys made my background. Well, this is different. This isn't where I interviewed. So it was just one of those things where all the pieces literally fell right into place. I still had to work. I still had to prepare, but I knew that this was like, okay, God, you got me here. Anyhow, I went to bed one night and I woke up with a few bookings. And then I went to bed the next night and I woke up with a few more bookings. And then I still wasn't teaching yet because I just started taking students last Monday. But every morning I'd wake up with more and more slots filled. And as a VIPKID teacher, they show you on your bookings page what is peak time, which is light orange, what is peak time, or PPT, which is dark orange, and then what is off-peak hours, which are white in the time slot. So I don't know if it is literally just the grace and the favor of God, or if some teachers are not scheduling during peak and peak hours. I only scheduled myself during peak hours, which is 5:30, 6:30 a.m. And occasionally I'll take a 7 and or a 7:30, just depending on how squirrely I'm feeling, because I know upstairs I will have little kids running around and they'll be coming down here to my office to visit me, which is a little bit of a challenge, but that is my life and I can't change it. I won't change it, and I'm going to have to deal with it in order to make this thing work. And it really hasn't been that bad. So Anyway, I will just say that I had a decent amount of bookings. I was kept busy. The very amazing and practical incentives that VIPKID offers, and I'm not just talking about the referral bonus, okay? That one's awesome. It's the biggest and the best, but that one's not consistent, okay? Because to get that bonus, you actually have to get hired and teach your first major course, I think. So it's not just any they don't just trickle in, but you get incentives for trial students signing up after they took your class, for finishing a class. For every booking that you opened and that you were present for, you get a little bit of a bump. If you check the 24-hour notice, more on that later, you get a $2 late notice. Is it late notice credit? Bonus? Yeah, whatever. If your base pay is, $7, you would get paid $9 for that class. So that's pretty neat. That's an extra $2 per every half-hour time slot that you can make just by being booked. And that is a great way to increase your bookings. And I would like to say it worked for me because I would check some of those boxes and wake up the next morning at 3:15, which is because I'm crazy. You don't have to do that. But I need awake, alone, quiet time before I get going on my day, no matter what the first thing in my day is. I have to have time in the Bible, and I have to have at least 1 cup of coffee. And then I've got to do my hair, which my hair is just a hot mess. And I have to do my makeup. And I have really learned how to take my makeup routine from like 45 minutes to 15 or 20 because can't be late for class. If you get a teacher no-show, bad news. Not good. Anyway, I feel like I'm a little hyper, and it is 8:52 p.m. I need to get my hiney in bed, and because 3:15 comes early. I can't believe that. But that is how fulfilling this job is. I can't tell if I'm making eye contact with you, like start looking at myself, and then that means it doesn't look like I'm looking at you. I have to look in the camera. Oh, goodness. So you don't have to wake up that early. If you're an East Coaster, you wouldn't be waking up that early for your peak hours anyway, because I think that they would start at like 7. So you would have it fairly easy. But if you're in California, which if I was in California and tried to do this job and tried to work the peak hours, it just wouldn't have even worked. That's another reason that I know that this job was the perfect thing for right now. And by the way, right now means at least 6 months. When you get hired and sign the contract, you are contracted for 6 months, and they want you to teach at least, I think, 7.5 hours a week. So that's 15 time slots. So it's super easy. But you can open them, you can close them, you can check the 24-hour, you can uncheck the 24-hour. It is your schedule on your time. And if you don't want to work during peak hours, apparently from everyone else that I have heard through like Facebook and Instagram, the bookings still come. So and I don't know what to expect for week 2. I have no clue. Will my bookings fill up? Will they not? Was it just a fluke? I have no idea. I don't know. But I do know that I have had a lot of practice doing the slideshows, teaching the lessons because of the mock class 1, mock class 2, doing the level 1 certification. And then they invited me to do Jumpstart, which is a program that certain people who haven't taught a major course can qualify for. All of this lingo you'll learn as you go through the process and as you become a VIPKID teacher. And again, may I say, I am not a kid person, but there is something about this format where you're teaching this precious little face on the other side who's got their parents sitting right there. And sometimes they have the whole family there and other kids are chiming in like you're saying, say dog, doggy, bark, bark, bark. And you're like, was that you or was that someone else? Like, I don't even know. Like it can be crazy, but it's so good. It is so fun. And I don't have a teaching background. Well, aerobics and personal training. I taught a lot of aerobics, but I don't have a lesson planning and let's do reading, writing, and arithmetic background. Nope. So that means if there's hope for me, there's hope for you, especially if you're a teacher. So I love it. I am almost 15 minutes into this live stream. I need to zip it. That is my experience with my first week. Overall, I would give it a big, old, solid 2 thumbs up. If you're going to interview, just make sure you have like a little nice background because that determines your base pay. Do wear an orange shirt and look nice. And just treat it like a real job interview process. And whatever feedback they give you, work on it before your next mock class. And if you do mock 2, that's okay. Work on the feedback and then be yourself. It is so much fun. So if you have watched this and you liked it, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe because right now this is a brand new baby YouTube channel. And I hope to see you on the VIPKID Teacher Forum. And don't forget about that referral link. I would just appreciate it if you decided to go through the hiring process because of anything that you heard me say. Then I will see you there. If not, I'll see you on my next video. Bye, guys.